We're back on the air. This is Radio Entrepreneurs, and my name again is Jeffrey Davis. Thank everybody for tuning in. Geez, he is all over this radio show the last few weeks. He's either co-host or interviewee, you name it, and we must be talking about Peter Myerson, our reporter, Outside Counsel Reporter, from the law firm of Cohan, Rasnick, Myerson, and Plaut. So what's the topic today?
The topic today is sort of a continuation of the topic I've talked about before, which is about the issue of natural-born citizens and how it plays out in this kind of rather bizarre, or I think bizarre, political environment that we're talking about. And I think this segment will have will be interesting to entrepreneurs, because I think that there's an issue with respect to marketing here. But I also think it'll be interesting to everybody who's even remotely interested in what's going on in the world. The subject comes up because the illustrious Donald Trump has said to Ted Cruz, you shouldn't run because you're not a natural-born citizen, and thus you're disqualified from being president. And all you're going to do is start litigation that's going to challenge your capacity. So, the last time I was on, I kind of talked about it in a very global, quick way, and there's so many interesting aspects to this that it's really hard to believe, both the historical, which is interesting, as well as the practical, which is tremendously interesting. But I think, to just sort of reiterate what I said before, the issue is the way the U.S. Constitution reads. It says no person except a natural-born citizen can be president. And then
Natural-born being?
Natural-born.
Born in America?
Well, that's the question. This whole issue is really fascinating. I mean, what the law does, what the law is clear about, relatively clear about. I mean, nothing about this law is clear. There's a really interesting article that was written by a guy named Neil Katyal and Paul Clement, and they were respectively the Solicitor Generals of the United States under Obama and Bush. So two guys who see things probably pretty
From
differently.
both sides.
Yeah, well, and probably pretty differently.
And what do they say?
Well, the bottom line is that they don't think that Cruz would be disqualified if he were elected. So there are all kinds of really interesting legal questions here, which is who has standing to challenge, I mean, you can't walk into court and challenge. So what does natural-born citizen mean? It means, what these guys think it means, and they're pretty clear about it, is it means a citizen from birth with no need to go through the naturalization process.
Oh, that sounds logical.
Okay, and that sounds really logical.
Okay.
So where does that take you? So, if you look at historically the way this works in the English-speaking countries, England, for example,
Which we are a byproduct of.
which we are a byproduct of, it is clear that if you're born in the territory which is controlled by the state, England in the case of the English, United States territory in the case of the U.S., you are a citizen even if your parents are aliens.
Right.
Okay. Now, so there are a whole lot of people who over the years have sort of said, well, I don't really buy that, because if they wanted to say that the land, covered this, then they could have used different words and made it clear. So there are people who have said, well, you've got to be natural born, you've got to be born on the land, and your parents have to be, and this is an and, your parents have to be citizens at the time.
If somebody wants to talk to you about the rules of engagement, how would they find you, Mr. Myerson?
Well, Mr. Davis, they can reach me at my email address, which is pmyerson at crmllp.com, or they can call me at my direct dial, which is 617-742-2255.